So this is an exciting day. As we continue to talk about the justice system, the argument that's been across the state of New York over no bail and everything else, you have to look at things differently. And unfortunately, there's 330 million Americans in this country, and we're one of the smaller countries compared to the other countries around this great world of ours. But yet we have the most incarcerated people on the planet. How's that possible? When you look at Russia, China, that have 1.5 billion people, India, and yet we incarcerate more than any other country. Things have to change. And unfortunately, I missed Dr. Green's book signing the other day. I was away in D.C. doing business down there. And I've watched this woman for 25 years talk about change and talk about doing things differently. And then you go to probation. And what change can you make in somebody's life? What outcome of opportunity can you put in front of them that's going to change the course of the ship that they're on? Because sometimes once you start going down that road, it's hard to vary because you feel like the world's against you because nothing changes. You get indicted, you plead, felony, misdemeanor, and you go to probation, might do some jail time, no one wants to hire you, you feel like the world's against you. And I do want to say to Bill, to you and your team here at Probation, you've been phenomenal to work with. You do extraordinary things, always thinking outside the box, because what we've done doesn't work anymore. And I don't mind trying new programs and saying, look, we failed. Okay, but what we've been doing is failing. So anything we try differently that might have a different outcome is okay. It's okay to fail. It's okay to stay there and stand there and say, hey, look, what we've been doing for 300 years hasn't worked. But we tried something different. Okay, we failed. Sorry. But we're going to try to re-engage and reimagine and do it a little bit differently. I do want to thank my team, my Deputy Dan Lynch that's here. Thank you to everyone in my office. To our great, extraordinary controller, Sue, thank you for everything that you do. Deanne Lewis, as always, this is going to be a great partnership going forward. And to really get into the heart of doing things and talking to people differently. So why are we here today? So I'm truly proud to be here today because between my office and probation, we're doing something and creating something smart. We're starting a GED program here to give kids on probation an opportunity to get their GED. And why is that important? And when you look at it, when we look at the other classes that we ran here, Just for Success, Project Growth, I could go on to DMV, pre-licensing, everything that's been put against these young men and women that unfortunately went down the wrong road or got bad representation in the court system and pleaded to things because they didn't have the money to fight it. We know the justice system's been unfair for a long time. So this gives them an opportunity to get off probation earlier, which is a win, and not reoffend, which is a bigger win, and to turn their life around and to give them an opportunity so they can pay their own rent or buy a house or buy a car or put food on their table and feel good about themselves or buy that special present for someone in their life, and give them that hope and opportunity. So we're paving the way for great jobs and careers for the men and women that want to go through this program. So when we talk about education is the foundation to everything. College isn't for everyone, and there's alternatives to go into the unions, to go into trades, to find a different skill set. And when you're just trying to get out of high school and you don't have a GED, let alone a college degree, how do you make a living? So the high school diploma equivalency will allow them to find jobs and have a better opportunity. And just to give you a little in-look into what's the people on probation, 307 qualify for this program that don't have a GED, 307 people. So don't have a high school diploma. That's 24% of the eligible probation within the county probation department system. So clearly there is a need for this program. 105 of those have volunteered to take the course out of the 307, which is a great step in the right direction. And if you look at studies have shown the median income from an increase is about $8,000 if they get their high school diploma. So they're looking at making an extra $8,000 if they go through this program, graduate, to give them opportunity. But to look at historically, what have people been up to that go through the criminal justice system? Because, you know, when you see in the news or read in the paper or you read online, you don't get the full story and effect of what this person's walking through. The history of jail time, if they spend time in jail, 50% of lost earnings. A felony conviction is 22% of lost earnings. Misdemeanor conviction is 16% loss of earnings. So people who are released from jail without proper education are trapped in a cycle of low-paying jobs that they'll never get out of. Or they can't get a job in the first place because either they don't have a driver's license, they don't have a GED, and what happens? They reoffend because they go back to the only thing they know that puts food on their table. Wouldn't you, if you need to provide for someone in your family? So by doing programs like this and thinking outside the box gives people an opportunity to change the quality of their life, and that's what it's always about. So this is one of the first of the kinds in the state of New York because it's differently set up than another county that did a similar program. So we're going to be doing this with representation from the Probation Department, obviously, the Capital Region BOCES, who's here, the Capital District EOC, all help make this a reality. And the other big difference is we're doing remote as well as in person. So people that can't get in, might not have transportation issues, they can hop online. People that, because of COVID, don't want to be here in person, they can hop online. So there'll be no excuse, and we're going to make it easy, and we're going to have a mentor program so they don't fall through the cracks, and we get them through this program. Because like I said, it's not just about the $8,000, and I can say this to the constituents and the taxpayers that are always the naysayers that are going to complain, here's more of my tax dollars being spent on a program, but it's going to get people off probation earlier and hopefully not reoffend. I can't put a dollar amount on that. I could sit here and tell you, yeah, we're going to save $100,000 because a guy named Daryl's not going back on probation for another 6 years, right? Or I could say, I don't know. But isn't it better to know that X, Y, and Z didn't go back on probation? Isn't that what it's about? To try to give that person a different outcome? So I do want to thank everyone involved, but I especially want to say to Bill, thank you for everything you've done, continue to do, and please come on up and a few words. Close to it.
Thank you, everyone. I want to thank County Executive Dan McCoy for his vision to embrace new ideas in community corrections, along with my probation staff and our new partners at BOCES and EOC, who helped bring this new policy to fruition. Many probationers find their court-mandated employment unsatisfying, so we wanted to create a new system that provides greater opportunity for stable and reliable employment, which often can come from education, which can deter individuals from negative choices and reduce their chances for recidivism by creating more opportunity for the person under probation. We hope to start the program in January. We'll be begin interviewing individuals next week, and we hope for a long partnership with the LC and BOCES, and we want to provide as much opportunity as we can for the persons that are on probation. Thank you.
So like I say, you are a person with very little words half the time, but you do extraordinary things. So thank you. In talking about the partnerships, you're talking about BOCES. Marie is here, the Supervisor in Adult Education Programs in Careers and Techniques. So please, Marie, come on.
So thank you, everyone. Thank you to the County Department. This is really a win-win-win situation. We are so excited to be here and to be part of this partnership, and it's really about access and opportunity. The students that we're going to be working with and supporting, as County Executive McCoy just echoed, that this is all about opportunities and giving people the opportunity to be successful when they weren't before, and being able to provide access to the high school program that we're offering and access to doing it online or in person, but also opportunities for afterwards. I love this relationship already because we have already worked so closely together to making sure that this program is going to be effective and successful. And we have not only our classes, but a lot of wraparound services through case management, through parole officers, and through other staff that are supporting this and want to make sure that the program is successful. So this is just another way to show that BOCES, the county, EOC, and all of you are here to support something that is going to be a win-win-win. So thank you so much. We're really excited to be here and be a part of this. Thank you.
Thank you. And Deb from EOC, please come up and say a few words.
Good morning, everybody, and thank you for being here. Like Maria just said, we're all very excited about this new initiative and this new collaboration. We are just trying to make sure that all of the people that go through this program are placed in an educational environment where they can succeed and move forward. I've been very fortunate enough this morning to go into the classroom and see how it's been all put together. It is wonderful. And it brings joy to my heart to know that people have already shown interest in the program and will be going through. And at the end of the day, what we want to do is bring a better life to everyone that goes through, gets their GED, gets a better life for themselves, their families, and the community. And it's all about what we can do to support that. So again, thank you everybody that's here this morning, and very grateful and very excited to be part of this lovely initiative. Thank you.
I'm going to say something.
I know you're going to. That's okay. I know my place.
I know, I'm only kidding. I just think this is a fabulous program, but just to reiterate, your GED, high school's not for everybody. I have friends that dropped out of high school, and then they got their GED, and now they're running, companies. And I think just everybody should take the opportunity. You may have made a choice in the past that wasn't the right choice, but now's a chance for you to make the right choice. I'm not a good test taker. Take the test again, and hopefully kids will actually get their GED. It is a big step in their lives. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I especially want to say thank you to the workers in probation, because you can come up with programs and you can implement them, but if the workers don't stand behind the programs, it's going to fail. We realize that. We know that. Dan and I talk about this all the time. We can try different things and different steps, but if the workers aren't committed, it's not going to work. And I know probation has done extraordinary things the last 10 years I've been in office, and I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you.